This is the setup.
For my very first panel.
This is our lovely Asenva.
Yes. What are you doing?
Look at the tree.
Not wanting to sit.
And there's Rockin'. Hello, Rockin'.
Hi. But he's not sitting. Would you just chill? There. There you go, buddy.
Oh, look how disappointed he looks. It's like,
and cosplay, and you can buy synthetic wigs. Also with us too, in our BJD hobby, you can buy heat-resistant wigs, so you can curl just like we do in our cosplaying hobbies. So that's what that is, alright? Let's scare you some more. This is a ghetto wig cap, okay? Friends, when I first started this hobby, I did not have like a whole bunch of funds to like do a bunch of crazy cool stuff with my dolls, so I got creative. This is a balloon. It just broke. I just broke. Yay! Well, it was a balloon. It was a balloon that I went ahead and I put on top. You can actually go out and get actual silicone head caps, and they'll fit on top of the doll, and that gives traction for the wig. Please, please don't put Velcro on your dolls. I'm very scared of Velcro because it leaves residue on the resin, and that's not good. Which, by the way, resin is very porous and very delicate. One, you don't want to drop them. Two, you do not want to put your hands all over it, like on the face especially, because your hands have oil on them. So the oil can actually transfer onto your doll, and it's very scary. So if you see people with these dolls, please don't be like, oh wow, that's so awesome, and like touch their face, because that's actually really, really harmful. Anything else is pretty fine. So my guy here has a head cap. See? Look at that. This is actually not a magnetic head cap. This is just a regular peg system that fits with the pegs that are in here. This is kind of the inside of the doll. You have an S-hook that's in there that holds the elastic that keeps them all together. You take that S-hook out, he's going to do that. So that's what keeps them together. A lot of people are scared of restringing, but really, it's not that scary. You just got to take it step by step and take baby steps and adventure into it. Inside of here, I have some eye putty. The eye putty that is in there keeps his eyeballs in there, which is another cool thing because when you're in this hobby, you can get all sorts of different kinds of cool eyes. I got this cool zombie looking eye, I don't know why, but some people would maybe make zombie dolls or whatever. I have pupilless eyes that actually have no pupils in them. You got anime looking eyes that have like these really cool, like, you know, like your anime characters have a little like shine in them. And then you got like a basic, you know, your basic acrylic eye. Looks like the ones that you do in your American Girl dolls and all that other fun stuff. You also have glass eyes, which some of my characters up here are wearing. This guy, he has glass eyes in him right now. They're actually green. It's hard to see in this light, but it'll change a lot once you take them outside in the light. There's also other ones like urethane eyes that are like really crazy and awesome, and those are supposed to be really, really good. Depending on what kind of eye you get, it changes the price as well. So it depends on what you're looking for and what you want, but there's like a whole bunch of different things that you can use and customize your dolls to be like. So that is him. So if you have a doll, what do you do? Like, what do you do to make sure it's not gonna like go weird? Let me tell you a couple of the basic things here, and I'll take some questions because I feel like I'm rambling a lot. So I showed you wigs, right? These are wigs. Silicone head cap. Oh yeah. Inside of my secret bag of holding here is actually elastic. You can actually buy elastic to restring your dolls with, which is really convenient and awesome. You don't have to restring them like every day or anything like that. I had Yue, which is this girl right here with the pink hair. I've had her for maybe like 2.5 years, and I still have not had to restring her. She's still really, really good and put together all awesome. Elastic comes in different sizes, so make sure that whenever you do get whatever doll, that you get the correct size for it because they come in different sizes. This is SD inside of here, and you can actually tell the difference. And this is probably more like, I don't know, maybe MSD. So you can visibly see there's different, you know, strengths to it and thickness of it. Another fun thing, this looks really grody. I'm sorry, I don't brush my teeth with this, I swear. This is actually my doll's brush, and I brush their hair just like you guys with synthetic wigs on. You don't use a real brush on it. You get a wig brush, right? If not, you're gonna screw up those fibers, and that's gonna be real bad. So, a soft toothbrush is something that's really good for the dolls because it, does awesome things. I put spikes in mine. I don't know why. It's like Final Fantasy to me. I don't know. Yeah. So, you can use a toothbrush and that helps. Really, really inexpensive. Like I mentioned before, this is putty. And actually, I'll pass this around so you guys can feel it. This one is called eye wax, and it feels like wax. And then this one, which I probably can't get out because it's like legit putty. And it doesn't want, I don't know. You want to try to strip that out? You can take that out. I usually don't like using those kinds of putties. You can use different things really. I've used like poster putty, like the one that you put in your wall, but not the blue one, like the beige one. Anything like that, or kneaded erasers are really good too. Get creative, because sometimes people will try to sell you some stuff and it's like really expensive, but you can actually do a lot of homemade stuff that's really convenient. So, let me see what else care tips that I can tell you about. If you ever have to clean a doll, they're porous. There's a lot of debate about actually washing them or actually using product on them. But for sure for face-ups, which is their makeup, all these have face-ups, you can actually get that done by the company or you can do it by yourself, which is really cool. Because if you like to do makeup, you like to draw, you like to paint, you can do that yourself. All of these, except for this guy, these three here I've done myself. And this guy I did myself, this girl, I've done myself. But you can actually get somebody or you can commission someone to do it for you. Totally up to you. But if you decide to go that route, there's like different things in this hobby that you need to be aware of. One, please don't use real makeup. Real makeup has stuff in it that does not go on resin and does not come off of resin. So please don't use real makeup. Another horror story that I've seen is Sharpies. Don't use Sharpies on your dolls, that's so scary. This is a special type of cleaner. It's actually a brush cleaner for acrylic paints. It's Winsor & Newton. You can buy a bunch of other things. A lot of people have experimented with alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and other people have experimented with acetone, like nail polish remover. I'm kind of scared of acetone, using that on my dolls, but I don't know, non-acetone, but I don't use that. I'm scared of that, so I don't use that. Another fun thing that you'll need eventually, this is your best friend. I love this can so much, it's already empty. This is Mr. Super Clear. There's a series of products made by this company, and they're all Mr. something. And this is a Mr. Super Clear, and basically this works as a sealant. So if you do actually do face-up work on your doll, you're gonna need this, and you spray it on them. But friends, I don't want you to die. So what you're gonna have to do is get some type of awesome mask. This is like the most awesome, and you know what? I know you're laughing, because you know why? I didn't have a mask until like 2 months ago. So I've been slowly killing myself, which is awesome. Because like, you're just like spraying there and everyone's like thinking, okay, this is what I'll do. I'm gonna put the doll head in here, I'm gonna spray it real quick and just, and then like you walk out of the room. Like, I will not lie to you, I did that. That's what I was doing up until this point. So you guys, I'm gonna lie, I ain't gonna hate you. Remember, there's no judging in this room. So it's all good. Basically, you do want a mask eventually though, if you can. This one was like 40 bucks, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of expensive. But it is well worth it, and I don't feel like I'm gonna die anymore when I spray, which is good. That's always a good thing. So, something like that. I know some people use like a hygienist mask. Hygienist? You know, the people that do your teeth. You know, they use those masks, or construction masks. Really, honestly, if you can still smell things through it, then it's not gonna work. So, really, just hold your breath and run out of the room then if that's what you're gonna do. But yeah, that's always really good. Friends, do you know what this is? This is like gold to us. This is a magic clean eraser. This is like every doll owner's best friend. Basically, you can use this for everything. To cleaning, to when you're doing face-ups, like everything. You can use it in your house. Like, it is awesome. Like, I love this to bits. Some doll companies will give you a free sponge, which when it does, you're just like, oh my gosh, I got a sponge. Awesome. Yeah. So cool. So sponges are also really good with BJD care. I'm trying to think of something else. When you do face-ups, if you do, you know, acrylic paints are always good, chalk pastels are always good, watercolor pencils are always good, and anything like acrylic-based glosses are good. You're safe with that. It'll come off. Please don't use oil pastels on your dolls. Please don't use anything that's oil-based, because you'll make me cry. And I'll be like, oh, why did you do that? But anyway, tools to use. So how would you get a head off? Huh? I don't know. Let's find out. And you're trying to de-string them, or if you want to take their head off, because you're doing a face-up, that's not a good thing. That's okay, it's mine. There's an S-hook in there. A lot of people do different things. They'll actually go out and get like awesome, cool like crochet hooks, or they'll get like forceps, which are super awesome too. I don't have those things. Oh, okay, so what can you do? You can use string also, you can use ribbon. I'm actually gonna use, who am I gonna use? Because he's actually a pain in the butt to take his head off, because he's like really strong. Let's just leave that there. You know, he's really good. Oh look, here's another ghetto method, you guys. This is called a hot glue ring. So, yeah, you don't have to like go out and buy, like seriously, I'm like the queen of like, you know, let's try to use other things because I'm poor. So, this is a hot glue ring. It's essentially tape with hot glue around it, like that, super classy. Keeps the weight on, okay? That's all we care about. So hold that for me, I'm gonna show you take it off head. Look at this, like magic tricks, guys. Okay, so you can use a string. I'm gonna use an elastic string just because I can. Essentially what you do is you're gonna hook it on the top of your S-hook up here. He's like, please don't do it. You're gonna hook it up at the top. And now, usually I would do this like sitting down or whatever. But it's all good. Guy doesn't care. You're gonna pull up and you'll twist. You can actually twist the head too if you need to. And when you do that, ta-da! I have a head! Did that scare you? Was that creepy? You guys probably figured it out by now. It is essential to do that though, because essentially, like, if you ever want to do a face-up or whatever you need to do, you'll probably have to take off the head at some point. It's not scary. I mean, it looks scary, but it's not scary to do. It's okay. So, essentially that's what you do. So now I have a head. I don't know why I was talking about his head. Now you have a headless doll. The S-hook will stop it since it's so big. It'll stop it from going into the middle of it. Some of them are not that small, and it will go through. So please be careful if you do have one of those. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on him so you guys aren't so freaked out. Because, you know, if this is your first time and you're like curious about it, probably scared the living daylights out of you already. Okay, so I'm going to put that back on there. I'm just going to leave him place here. Because I don't remember where, oh, it's over there. Okay, so, oh well. Okay, so let's see here.
Asenva, you're at 30 minutes.
Awesome, cool. 30 minutes. You know what? I think I'm good. I'm just going to give you that. I just skimmed that surface. Let me go ahead and give you one last piece of information. Depending on what you get, your price may change. So, if you're looking at these friends here, you're talking about maybe at tops like $20-something for a little doll like these. PHEW is actually a really nice company right now because they're making so many dolls, and these are actually strung as well. They're made out of ABS, and they're not that expensive. Like these guys, and I can't even think off the top of my head, like 30 maybe? 20 something? I think it's like 35. Like 35 or something like that. Maybe 40. I'm not quite sure. And that's kind of like the price range for these. These guys, on the other hand, and let me kind of like, you know, hold your breath, like don't be scared, you know, alright? Think about it this way before I tell you the price. This is a hobby just like any other hobby that you have. Cosplay. How many of you guys cosplay in this room? Woo! Awesome. You guys rock. How many of you guys have spent more than $50 on cosplay? Woo-hoo! How many of you guys have spent more than $100 on cosplay? Ow! How many of you have spent more than $150 on cosplay? How many of you have spent more than $200 on cosplay? Okay, so friends, this is a hobby, okay? So it does cost money. The cheapest SD that I have here is this guy right here. He was actually $200. This guy right here, believe it or not, yeah. He was $200. Don't let that scare you though, really honestly, don't let it scare you because
that's no clothes, no eyes, that's 200 blank with nothing.
Yeah, that's 200 blank without anything. So, and don't let it scare you. I worked really slowly in this hobby. Like I started here and then I bought a couple things and just slowly got into it. Some of the other ones, depending on your company, just like, you know, you have Guess jeans or like, you know, you have other ones, you kind of have that in the doll hobby as well. This girl right here, this is a Doll Zone head, Doll Zone doll, and I actually have a Doll Zone head with me to give away today. She was like $400. So she's kind of expensive. She's like my most expensive doll that I've had in my collection so far. If you're looking at these, These are kind of different in pricing too. I want to say maybe like 200 to 300 maybe for her. But it changes when you get to these dolls. And that's a whole different realm. Some of them have magnets in their feet and some of them don't, which kind of like lets them do really crazy cool matrix poses. But it really depends. All in all, whatever you choose to get for your first doll, if you do decide to join this hobby, let it be whatever you want it to be. If you have to save up to get for it just because you really like it or whatever, then let it be that way. Because the biggest mistake that you can do is that to try to get something because it's cheaper in price and then you don't like it. The ongoing story that I have with lots of people, he's actually a BJD/resin soul doll, and if anybody is in the doll jointed doll hobby, sometimes they get kind of looked down upon because they're the cheaper end of the BJD pool. But really honestly, I love him almost like the most out of all of my dolls. And he is the cheapest that I've ever purchased of all my dolls. And I will take him everywhere with me for the doll meets and whatever I attend and all that stuff. I love him to pieces. So, all in all, sappy story short, whatever you're happy with, just be happy with it and don't be hating on people because that's wrong. Anywho's, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and do some giveaways! Let me go ahead and show you. My beautiful Vanna White here, aka Applejack, is going to go ahead and show you what I have. And there's a cord this time. Okay. Alright. So, giving away today, thank you, Junkie Spot. Thank you, Emery. Love you. Okay. Today I have 2 Obitsu bodies. And I will let you choose a head. These are like the Barbie type ones. They have magnetic feet. They're super cool. They actually fit Barbie clothes if you want to go ahead and clothe it when you get home. And they are super duper awesome. They can do super cool poses like that. And they come with different hands. There's actually really cute hands that come with the Obitsus. There's some that are like this, some that are like this, and then like really cute ones. So I'm giving away 2 Obitsus, and you get to pick a head. And I have one that has hair on it already. And then I'm giving away 3 PHEW babies, which is actually, his name is Beebs. I don't know if you can tell which one it is. Beebs is that one in the corner because he looks like Justin Bieber. That's Beebs cut. That's why I call him Beebs. He actually has a real name, but my doll meet people decided to call him Beebs, and I was like, okay, alright. So I'm giving away 3 of these, and I'm giving 1 PHEW, I believe this is a berry. A PHEW berry and apricot. And then the piece de resistance is going to be the Doll Zone Linland head. But what am I going to do with the head? Well, the cool thing about having heads, well, okay, sorry guys. Well, you know it's cool to have a head. You don't want one. Okay, anyway. The cool thing about having doll heads in particular is that 1, they're good to practice face-ups on. 2, if you want to go out and buy a body that has, been placed on the marketplace, or if you can find someone that, has a second-hand body that you want to buy off of them or whatever, you can use that and attach it together. So that's super duper awesome and cool. So, there is a cool thing behind having this head, alright? And it's awesome too. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let's start giving away the babies! And these babies are super cute, and you can do face-ups on them and buy them eyes and hair and all that. What is that? Oh. Who's ready to go? If you are tickets 295-801, raise your hand. Yay! Who did you give away? I didn't even say who it was. They all have names. Who's that one? It is a Is. Yay! Awesome. Okay. Here's my next lucky number. For the Suve, which is my beeps. If you are ticket number 295-860. 860? 295-860? Who left my panel? I'm just kidding. Oh, that's all good. Oh, you have it? Is it you? Yes? Woo! Give me the Suve. He's super cute. They're really cute. Like, if you don't really know what to do with them, what I always do is I model them after characters of some sort.
Repeat the number.
Green hair, that's supposed to be Spike, like from My Little Ponies. I made him into Spike because I was like, what am I gonna do with the purple PHEW? So like, what am I gonna do with that? And I was like, oh, Spike. Okay. All right, so let's see here. 295-807. 807. 295-807. Don't be shy, guys. 295-807. No one?
No one has 806.
All right, let's try again.
Let's try.
Okay. This one is 295 868 868 868 868. Okay, let's give away the berry. I think it's a berry. It could be the new one. I'm actually not quite sure. I don't remember who he gave me. All right. So what? Numbers. The cool thing about these, even though like some people are like, why do they have such big heads? Like I really like them because they look like chibi characters. That's what I like about them because they're kind of cool like chibis. 295 842 842 842. Awesome. Oh, they're all going out. Yes, that one. If you stick around, whoever has dollies, I will give you a DOA pass to get onto Denim Angels, and I will also give you possibly some eyes if I have eyes that fit it. Okay. This is for the small bust. That's what the S stands for. It's a soft body bust doll. And I believe it's supposed to be white skin. It looks kind of light to me, so I guess so. All right, 295 803 803 295 803. What?
You get one apple.
Apple Bloom, she's new also. She can have it. Come here. 295 803. Get over here. Get over here. You want it fair and square. There you go. That's awesome. Okay. This is the medium size, so like medium sized in metal, and it is normal skin. Who's it gonna be? 295 810 295 810. Oh my gosh, someone still might have a chance. 295 810. Going once. Going twice. Sold to no one. Okay, let's try that. 295 833. Oh!
In the back.
Okay. Okay. And as suspenseful as I can be, I'm gonna hold off the head because I'm gonna do questions if you guys have questions for me, and I will be more than happy to answer them for you to the best of my abilities. Anybody have questions?
Come greet and meet us.
Feel free to ask me anything, and I'll be more than happy to tell you. Anything at all. Anything. Yes, ma'am.
Do they break easily?
Do they break easily? Okay. The fun thing about these dolls, and depending on what you have, these guys right here, they can chip. It is resin. I would suggest to take utmost care with them whenever you have them. It's like your piggy bank. You know, if you drop it somewhere, of course, it's going to crack. They can, but I'm not saying like if you drop it like, oh god, you drop it here, it's going to break into a million pieces. No. You might find some chips or something on there, but if you have, I'm so sorry, Sophie. I do love you. Oh my god! No. Sophie is made out of vinyl. She is not going to break. She is like Barbie on crack. So she will not break. She's cool. Okay? And look, she's perfectly fine. She's good. Same thing with this girl. I'm not gonna knock her off the table because she's so darn cute. So she's gonna stay there. Same thing with my Cujo friends up here. If they drop, they more than likely will not break. They went, okay, I know you're mad at me now. Okay, alright, I'll put you down. Okay, but some of the other ones, some of the other friends that are down here, like our other vinyls here, they won't break, really, honestly. I mean, unless you're like, the only thing that will hurt them really bad is probably heat, because it's vinyl. And if you microwave, if anybody does anything crazy with vinyl, you know, that's bad. Oh, which brings me to my next thingy to remind you all about. Sun is bad for these guys. Imagine them as vampires, okay? They do not like sun. A thing that everyone is scared of in the hobby is called yellowing. Yellowing, it is an inevitable thing that happens to all dolls. But it's not like you're gonna wake up one morning and you're like, oh god, and you're looking at, oh my god, you're so yellow. No, it's not gonna happen like that. It just gradually happens. Honestly, I don't even know if she's yellowed. I've had her for like 2.5 years. I really can't tell. And some people, like, after having them for several years, you'll be able to, like, lift up a sleeve that they've been wearing, and then you can see like 2 different kinds of colors on them, but really like, it's not even that crazy. So it's just something that inevitably happens. It's like a tan. I like it. I think it's cool. Anyone else? Questions? Yes?
Those holes right there, can you put them in a base?
In a base. You mean like to dye them?
No, so they can stand up in their own.
Oh, yes, and actually I feel so dumb because I didn't bring any of them with me. But you can actually buy Obitsu, which is the company that makes these dolls, makes actual doll stands that look very similar to almost kind of like this, but they're all plastic. But Obitsu is like so amazing that they make like really cool transformer looking stands. And I actually have a stand at home that I have that fits her, that she has done actually really cool flying poses in it. And then like I have a little small one for these guys, and I was making her fly like Superman. It's like really awesome. So they have those kinds of stands out there. So yes, they do have stands. You can actually buy them at Hobby Lobby too. You can buy them that look like that, like for $1.99. Or you can go to downtown McAllen and buy them for like 99 cents.
Orale!
Okay, alright. I love downtown McAllen. If you're a BJD hobby person and you live in this area, oh dear God, I love this place. So, anyone else? Questions?
Ustream has been commenting butt flaps.
No butt flaps! Oh dear God. Okay, there's an ongoing joke about butt flaps. I don't think I want to get into it. Some dolls have an extra piece of resin in their hip part right here. I didn't know what it was called. Made the mistake of calling it butt flaps because my group called it butt flaps because it looks like a little flap on the butt, and I didn't understand what it was. But they call it apparently like a hip cup, or I don't know what it is. But okay, yeah. Thanks, people. All right. Anyone else? Questions? More than happy to answer anything. Those burning questions you have. Yes, ma'am. How do you get into it?
How did you get it?
How did I get it? I have a funny story how I got. I used to work at Office Max, and some girl, I had chopsticks in my hair, and she was like, "Do you like that mango, like that andamine? Like, what are you like that stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I like it a lot." And then she was like, "Oh, you should look at these dolphy things my daughters that do. Like, they're so cool. Like, the dolphy, they change their wig and their hair and their eye." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll look at it." I went home and I looked at it. I looked up Volks, which was the first company I saw. Scared the living daylights out of me. I was like, "What? $800 for this thing? Are you kidding me? These people are on crack. What's with this, man? Like, seriously? Why would you spend $800 on a doll?" And then I walked away for like a long time. And then I just gradually got back into it because I found another company, which was this one, and it was like $200. I saved up for it paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, and I was like, okay, I can get it. And I got it, and I was like, whoa, this is awesome. But still, nowadays, I'm kind of like, $800? It's like, I don't know. As I said, this is the most expensive doll that I have, is right here, $400. But some people do. They really like them. The $800 dolls are like really crazy and cool. There's a company called Zoom. They make really awesome looking, like magical, mythical looking dolls with like wings and like deer feet and all these other crazy, like cool looking stuff. And I'm just like, wow, it's so sparkly. But they have those kinds of stuff, so that's kind of what varies into the price. But getting into it, really, like, a lot of people have gotten into it through DeviantArt, through friends. You come to anime conventions like this one and you see people with dolls and you're just like, what is that? And then sometimes you're just like, okay, I don't know, that person acts like that, I don't know what's going on with this girl. But yeah, it just depends, so, yeah. But if you want to get into it, I'd suggest probably looking up some stuff. DOA is a good place to check out, and you can actually Google it. BJD, you get a whole bunch of stuff. There's a website called BJD Collectasy, which is really awesome. And actually, on your chair, if you don't have one already, take one of these. That's a good way to get into it too. This is an American distributor that sells dolls, and they're located in California, and they're awesome. Yes?
Ustream wanted to ask the question, where did you buy your wigs?
Where did I buy my wigs? Wigs can be bought at different places. The Junkie Spot, okay, there's my little promo. The Junkie Spot sells wigs. They come from different companies. This is actually a Doll's Own synthetic wig. This is a Sunny's World wig that's on eBay. This is another company called Mimi Woo that sells stuff. I'm trying to think who else. This is a person that actually makes wigs. Her company is called Spite and Malice. She does really cool, awesome, colorful, really awesome wigs. And they feel amazing.
My boys are...
Yes.
Also
Yours is Spite, what's yours? Kroby Doll. Kroby Doll is another one. She has a Kroby Doll wig here. maybe woo, maybe woo. This is a bitsu, so it depends, it varies. Wherever you want to get it from. There's lots of places to get them from. So, anyone else? Questions?
How can I meet other ball-jointed doll owners?
How can you meet other ball-jointed doll owners? Another good place you can go to, Junkie Squat actually does have a forum of their own. It's actually growing pretty big, and he does a lot of cool stuff. He gives away free dolls also, on like a weekly basis almost. Another forum is another one that people use. I haven't been on it. It's called Dairyland, just kidding. It's called Dairyland. Fairyland's a company. Dairyland. But you can get on those forums and people will have meetup pages. But there's a bunch of cool different groups that are in different areas, and if not, if you're a BJD collector, you can totally start one up on your own, and that would be totally awesome to spread the dolly love, because it's awesome.
Ustream comments that YouTube is also good for finding.
YouTube is also good too. And if not, yes! Let me scan this. I'm just kidding. No. There's another group which is on YouTube called BJD Addicts. BJD Addicts is a growing, it's got over 800, maybe 900 now subscribers of people all around the world that are into this hobby, and they make videos. They have promos. We do promos every week. Well, now it's kind of turned into every month about the hobby. BJD Addicts prompt number 1 is introductions. Number 2 is fears. So it's really cool to see like what other people's video responses and what they have to say about the hobby, because then you don't feel so weird by yourself. Like you can hear what other people's fears are. Because I thought restringing was scary, and apparently everyone thinks restringing is scary. So it's called BJD Addicts on YouTube. You can look them up there, and they have a Facebook page as well. So if you're interested, you can look at that, and there's some really cool people. I mean, literally around the world. Like, there's people from Japan, and there's a DeviantArt page for us as well. But there's people from Japan, like Switzerland, like Ukraine, and like everywhere, Australia. It's really cool. So that's a good place to meet other people as well. Anyone else? Anyone? No, just give away the doll head already. Okay, what time is it? Anyone else? Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, alright, so now giving away the last prize, which is the Dollzone Lidland head, which is a really awesome, cool thing. Drum roll, please. 295 802 802 802! Yay! Take very good care of that. It is an awesome item. Brings you good luck and awesomeness. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Unless you guys have other questions for me. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. Yeah.
There's
you guys, people that want the dolls, please come see me so I can give you guys an invitation to DOA. If you guys have questions,
do you want them to come?
Putting stuff away, so you can come.
Do you want them to come up, and if they want to come up?
Thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you guys have an awesome time at Omnicon. Yeah. Bye. Woo!
So I tried to do a jig, and it didn't quite work out. So I'm going to do a jig now, because that's what people requested. So here we go.
I'm an Asian who can't
Oh
dance.
wait, that's one of my requirements, to dance.
Oh, yeah.
Let's dance.
All right, I got my scavenger hunt number 2.
So I hope y'all liked it, and you had fun, and I hope something.
I gotta pack up and leave because Caitlin's class is coming in here.
This is Derpy.
We'll see you later, Ustream.
Bye-bye.
Bye.